this was the original problem. This was George talking to Nancy Mix, and he was doubling down on stuff that wasn't true.
I'll get judged for it today, asking your personal question. And I answered it. You're shaming me for my political choices. Asking a question about why you endorse the district that I was afraid. It was not a criminal court. This is a civil. It was a civil court. And by the way, she joked about the judgment and what she was going to do with all that money. I find that offensive. Asking that as a rape victim who's been shamed for years now because of her rape, you're trying to shame me again by asking me to repeat it. You repeated that again. I think it's offensive. As a woman, I find it offensive. Over my political choices, I endorse the man that I believe is best for our country. It's not Joe Biden. And you looked at the dueling rallies yesterday in Georgia. Lincoln Riley's family was with Donald Trump. They weren't with Joe Biden. The same guy yesterday that apologized for calling her killer and a people who wasn't a people. And here you are trying to shame a rape victim. I find it disgusting. You keep saying shaming. You are. The question, it is. How is the question asking about a presidential candidate? You're asking a rape victim. And there's no question about that. And you're questioning my political choices because I've been raped. I think that's just wrong. I'm questioning your political choices because you're shaming me. You're trying to shame me. You are. That's exactly what I'm saying. I think it's disgusting. Well, you're going to say that you certainly have to answer the question. Why are you supporting someone who's not rape? I just answered your question. What is the answer? He was not found guilty in a criminal court of law. It was a civil and a sexual abuse. It wasn't actually rape, by the way. And E.G. Carroll joked about all the money she's going to get and made a mockery out of this case. And I think that's offensive. There's a reason why women don't come forward. And when you have someone who says that they're raped and make a mockery out of this civil court judgment, it's offensive to other women. It makes it harder for other women to come forward when another woman has made a mockery of it. Women don't come forward because they're afraid. They're afraid they're judged and shamed. Of course, you're trying to shame them. They are afraid to come forward. As you said, because they're afraid by those who commit the rape. That's what the hot air was guilty of doing. He defended himself over that and denies that it ever happened. But he's
So you see how George kept saying it and saying it and saying it. Even though he had
well, I'm not.
And like, why is
Obviously.
It okay because he's a public figure? I'm sorry, but I'm so sick of that. It's not right because as a journalist, you actually still should be accurate.
Fucking stupid.
And he doesn't even pretend that he's an opinion journalist, right? Like, and clearly he has an opinion. He actually just pretends that he's an actual journalist in the capital J. So it makes it even worse. He's hosting that signature program. So ABC's like, whoa! I mean, that's how Bob tried to get rid of this stuff fast. Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, he wants out of the group. He wants out of ABC News. He wants out of George Stephanopoulos. He wants out of all
bullshit.
these, by the way, cumbersome cable properties on top of it all. Because it's not what he does. Gosh, at this point, I think he wants out of Snow White as well. Did you see what's going down with Snow White? I mean, Disney's just got one problem after another, guys. One problem after another. Here is the reaction to the Snow White trailer. Okay, downvotes. 1 million downvotes. This gives us lots of likes. We don't want downvotes, right? I see some of them on there, but we don't want. She's got 1.1 million. That's what we call, I guess, like high beta. Like she's got a lot of negativity surrounding her on Snow White by the name of Rachel Zegler. And it's in part because of this. Look at this clever clip that somebody put together on Twitter. Let's watch this clip.
I think, the original cartoon came out in 1980. Very happy. There is a funny story. The guy was there. Weird. You know, great story. We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will do with those stories. It's all about you, right?
Oh my gosh. Alright, so she wants to completely remake Snow White. Hey, you can't be out there looking for love. That's kind of what makes the world go around. And people are like, she is so damn self-involved, right? That is a very self-involved person. But you need more proof of it. At some point, she tried to come out with an apology or something. I can't even keep them straight right now. But here's one of her apologies. So she goes on, she does this little Instagram real thing. And it's, I mean, do you want to talk weird? This is weird. Listen to her little punchline at the end where she compares herself to this.
And to everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the moon in pieces, and people still lie there to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
It's like really itchy. I mean, like that's really with no humility whatsoever. By the way, she's the one who got you was like fired from her job, being come around the day fighter, and had that role in the Disney series because she wouldn't put her pronouns on her face.
Fucking God.
Nuts about it. Being against her. This is not a very nice little girl. It's Snow White. It's supposed to be kind of nice. So I don't know. Are you gonna see the movie? Are you gonna go? Are you gonna watch this one? I will say this, you know, the actress actually matters. We're going to get back to politics in a second, but the actress matters. It's kind of like the candidate matters. You can't run Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris and think you're going to win. You can't put Rachel Zegler in the prime role as Snow White and think you're going to, win all the way to the box office. I just don't think it flies. And this is why Blake Lively is in so much trouble right now. So this actress, there is too much gossip. For my kids to start watching, I told them, you are not watching that show. No way, no how, no way. If I watched that when I was in my 30s. You're not watching it now. Anyway, there's a show called Gossip Girl. Like a large role on the show. She's become a very famous actress. And she's like Taylor Swift's buddy, right? So once you're Taylor Swift's buddy, you're in like that. So here's Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, her husband. I actually like them in some movies. Anyway, they're in all kinds of trouble now because, well, let's just start with maybe you movies. And maybe it has something to do with the Taylor stuff. Maybe it has to do with some of the ways that she's acted. Here she is, for example, this clip went viral. She sat down with some podcaster, and she was really kind of playing the mind glass. Maybe it was podcaster. She was really kind of playing the mind glass. It just didn't come off well. It's hard to hear. Perhaps I'm hearing it wrong.
Hi, Bob.
Audio 1 2 3 4 5. Audio 1 2 3 4 5. All right.
Okay, so they're clearly like cutting the podcast out of the conversation. Blake got really tired of it. That one, I mean, Park Posey was on there with her. For some reason, she's off scot-free. She asked me to start having a conversation right from the podcast. We completely just cut her out. Anyway, both those weird. So yeah, she's getting this reputation as a mean girl, and now it's bad because she's trying to present herself. She's a husband that's working class, or hardly working class, hardly grew up working class. That's what they're trying to say. Oh, it's working class, middle class background. But it turns out, no, not really. She had holiday childhood. He said, if we were talking to his kids, we're trying to make them normal as long as possible. I tried to understand the difference in your childhood to my childhood and my wife's childhood. We both grew up working class. And I remember when they were very young, I used to say or think, oh God, I would never have had a gift like this when I was a kid. Or I never would have had this luxury of getting takeout or whatever. And fans like blasted that. it's like, it's not true. She went to high school, this fancy part of town, and she kind of had it made. Her brother was a talent agent. At the age of 16, she got a big starring role in Traveling with the Sisterhood of Traveling Pants. So, their point being, no, she didn't really quite have it like the rest of America. And I only bring that up as a little segue as we were talking about Snow White, because Snow White is really, really annoying as an actress. And as a result, Disney's going to suffer with her. We're already seeing more than 1.4 million downvotes on social media for Snow White because people just don't like this woman. They best can't stand her.
The original cartoon came out in 1947, like a very there is a big focus on her story with the guy who could have stopped her.
Okay, so no one likes Rachel Zegler. They're voting down the Snow White movie. It's going to be problematic.
Oh, motherfuck!
You can see that casting actually really matters, whether you're doing the movie or whether you're in politics. And the Democrats are still licking their wounds and trying to figure out what the H-E-double-L went wrong with Kamala Harris. I mean, they spent so much money, right? $1.4 billion, forgive me, with a B. B-I-L-L-I-O-N. They spent all that money, and still she couldn't win. Because you know what? Who you put in the slot actually does matter, guys. And given the inflation we've been through, given the challenges on the border that we've been through, given the international scene that we're going through, nobody wanted to win the last 4 years. Not me, for sure. Probably not you, if you're watching this show. It's getting a little crazy there in D.C. right now. There's just a few days left, right, before Christmas comes in. You've got Congress heading home for its holiday break. You've got Chuck Schumer and the Democrats. What are they trying to do? They're trying to vote through this monstrous, some 600-page, $50 billion end-of-year boondoggle spending bill. So much for the clean CR. Now, this continuing resolution is basically a stuffed stocking spending bill, which everybody is getting a piece of.
Oh my God.
And Speaker Mike Johnson is rightly under fire for this. People are like, what are you doing? What are you doing? This doesn't look good. It doesn't look good because it's coming, frankly, at the expense of the American people, as it always does. In fact, Big Pharma, once again, Big Pharma coming back into the scene, having a pretty relevant role in this 600-page, $50 billion boondoggle. But here's Mike Johnson talking.
So what we've done is the conservative play caller here, my friends that you just interviewed there, or that those Clifford played, were part of this decision. We decided, even though we don't normally like short-term stopgap funding measures, it made sense here. Instead of doing, Chuck Schumer and Biden spending for 2025, we pushed this decision into March. It'll be March 14th. So the feature there is that we'll have a Republican-controlled Congress and Trump back at the White House. We get to decide spending for 2025.
What about all those extra things that are getting slid in? I mean, people are not happy with this. We just had Senator Toomey on the show yesterday, and he's like, I'm looking at this and going, what the heck is the deal with all the big pharma stuff? Why is it that you're going to take the opportunity away from companies and individuals to have say in how medicine is priced? Why is that coming from the top down, the government and big pharma making this decision? So we did a great job. We talked about it. I encourage you to go, just posted the full interview today. I encourage you to take a look at that. But the reality is, every year big pharma comes in and they hike prices on drugs by lots and lots of money. And they do that at a much higher rate of inflation. How can they do that? Why can they do that? Because they've got government backing them to do this. Drug companies set the price and then they hike the price. And then they basically do everything they can to make sure that you get locked into that particular drug and those high prices because, of course, they don't want competition. And they're spending billions of dollars on all this obnoxious ads. Don't get me started. I mean, obviously it's a real problem. And at this 11th hour, as everybody's getting ready to take off for the holidays, we're looking at this 600 plus page, I think it's like actually 800 pages, crammed with everything you can imagine, including this little gift, this little stocking stuffer for Big Pharma. And it's not right. Obviously, I feel pretty strongly about it. Senator Toomey feels pretty strongly about it. He came on the show, was like, let's get the word out. I want to actually send you someplace you can go if you're feeling as strongly as me to learn more, it's pharmawindfall.com. Pharma, Pharma, windfall.com. Because the pharma companies are the only ones making out. You know what? We just need more food. Elon Musk actually saying today that he's okay with the government actually shutting down. Because we can't just have these spending bills that just pack everything in. He's like, shut it down. Let's try and get this right. I mean, that's what Doge is going to be doing. We're going to talk about that again coming up in just a moment. But before we do, new developments on the drone front. We get Representative Michael McCall coming out saying some kind of scary stuff. He said he's talked to some people. And he thinks it's all China. Lovely.
NASA administrator, Bill Nelson, he said that these drones have been deployed over military sites, military bases. I would not think those were friendly. I would think those were adversarial. In fact, NASA seems to be picking up more than our military is on with respect to the drones. So I think Congress is going to pursue this. I know the House Intelligence Committee is having a hearing on this. We need to identify who is behind these drones. My judgment, based on my experience, is that those that are over our military sites are adversarial and most likely are coming from the People's Republic of China.
Whoa!
Probably not. I think they're going to say they don't know.
Of course, that's what they're going to say, and that's what they have been saying. They've been saying, don't be alarmed, this is actually not a foreign actor, but that's Representative McCall saying he thinks it's a foreign actor, and let's go to Representative Van Drew, who says, yeah, look, if it's not China, it's Iran. He actually thinks it could be Iran.
That mothership is off. I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off
Let's listen. Let's go back a little bit here.
Aviation Subcommittee, and I've gotten to know people, and from very high sources, very qualified sources, very responsible sources, I'm going to tell you the real deal. Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That mothership is off, I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the east coast of the United States of America. They've launched drones. It's everything that we can see or hear. And again, these are from high sources. I don't say this lightly. Now, we know there was a probability it could have been our own government. We know it's not our own government because they would have let us know. It could have been some really glorified hobbyist or hobbyists that were doing something unbelievable. They don't have the technology. Let's pretend that's possible. The third possibility was somebody, an adversarial country, doing this. Know that Iran made a deal with China to purchase drones, motherships, and technology in order to go forward. The sources I have are good. They can't reveal who they are because they are speaking to me in confidentiality. These drones should be shot down. Whether it was some crazy hobbyist that we can't imagine, or whether it is Iran, and I think it very possibly could be, they should be shot down. We are not getting this
okay. So this has gotten serious enough that now you have DHS, FBI, FAA, and DOD issuing a statement basically saying, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. This is just, well, your imagination, for lack of a better term. Oh, yeah, right, we're going to buy that. No, thank you. After you guys have lied and lied and lied and lied, you see, this is the problem. You have squandered Americans' trust. So now we have no idea what to think. And you've created an information vacuum amidst all of this because apparently you don't know what to say. And so then, all of a sudden, you get Real Housewives of New York weighing in on the thing. Bethany Frankel with a pretty interesting, elaborate theory. But I should say, the government's saying nothing to worry about here. We know exactly what's going on. There's no foreign actor here. And maybe you're just seeing things. Maybe, you're actually seeing planes.
You're on my TV, hard to tell.
Something more because it's like contagious. If you see a drone, I see a drone, they see a drone, etc. Oh, Bethany Frankel. She's got a really scary little scenario. I played this for some of you yesterday, so bear with me if you've seen it before. It's worth watching.
You're going to think I'm nuts. Why should today be any different than the other day? I know this guy whose father worked at the Pentagon and NASA and the secret projects, and he has been messaging me that he will never forgive himself if he doesn't tell the people that he knows that for a month he's been this situation, and now, several days ago before it became a discussion in the mainstream media, that these drones are ours and that they could very possibly be sniffing out something very dangerous, some missing dangerous W from war, and that areas that coincide with where the drones have been seen have spiked in radiation. So he said it's time to think about where I am and that I might want to go somewhere with my daughter. So, like, for me, you know, we close things off meaning nothing's going to happen, but things do happen. I remember sitting in my car with my driver who said to me months before I even knew what the words global pandemic meant, I think there's going to be a global pandemic. What are you talking about? If he had bet the markets, he would have been a billionaire. So I'm just listening to this guy and watching, and now Trump, who's hanging out with a lot of billionaires who have a lot of money for research, he's also finding out that these are ours. And what were the government's choices? A, tell us that that's what they're doing and widespread panic and pandemonium, or B, do what they're doing. But something is wrong because otherwise they would eliminate them, and everyone's being very cagey. So what do you think? This guy has also been talking to different people in government positions who agree and are watching him.
I'm just looking at some of your comments here live, and Denton Dixon saying we lost a Ukraine nuke. I mean, that's what it sounds like, right? The way she's going on, we're going to be careful. The government saying, hey, there's nothing there, nothing there. I think even Joe Biden actually was out saying, no, don't worry about this. Nothing to see here. And can I just say that he's not exactly inspiring confidence? I mean, he never inspires confidence on anything. But he finally decided to address these drones that have been out there, and I gotta play it for you because, you know, I mean, there's a reason why we didn't elect him again, so
Something nefarious, apparently.
nothing nefarious, apparently.
I think it's just one. A lot of drones authorized. I think one started and they all got it. Everybody's going to get in the deal.
Ah, okay, so it's in your head, you know, one started and now everybody wants to get in on it. It's just you, just like inflation wasn't really real. That's actually what Mika and Joe on that morning show, MSNBC, once actually said. They don't understand that people are so worried about the economy when the economy is doing great. Yeah, right. Okay, Balance in Nature, one of our great sponsors here on the show. They have 35.
Cooper and Thief, we age our wine in bourbon whiskey barrels for a bold flavor and a luxurious finish. With all the elegance of fine silver bourbon. Cooper and Thief, wine for the whiskey lover.
Get the new COVID-19 vaccine at our clinic. We're here for everyone in our community. Protect yourself and your loved ones.
That we like, and I personally like, is gold. For a diversified portfolio, you kind of need it. So right now, you can get up to $15,000 in free silver. Text my name, Trish, to 65532. This is with our friends at American Market Gold, another great sponsor of the Trish Regan Show. 1-844-495-1115, 1-844-495-1115. Go to Trish Loves Gold today for your chance to get, not your chance, with qualifying offers, you can actually get up to $15,000 in free silver. So this might be a good opportunity to do that. And also, I'll just give a brief shout out for the store, trishregan.shop. We're coming up on Christmas. But hey, start the new year off right? Drink your coffee every single morning. Trish Regan, free or Diet coffee. I certainly drink my water, gallons of it here up in the studio every single day. You can get one hats. A lot of sweatshirts, t-shirts, all that good stuff. You can show your patriotism and your support for the Trish Regan Show. And of course, as we look at this market, you know what? This is a great market right now to be looking at long term. I'm a big believer in that. Even when it goes down, you got to be able to see through this stuff. Like remember, I was
Yep.
March 2020 when the market was taking some 2,000 pounds of gas. You know that the Fed's got to tweak it. You know that Donald Trump's the stimulus checks as he was. Why would you be selling right about now? But it's okay. You know, that's what makes a market a market. Some people get really nervous and they pull all their money out, and that's when you need to be really clear-headed. I can't say that enough. Keep a level head. Don't ever risk anything that you can't lose, right? You've got to be thoughtful about how you're positioning yourself and where you go. So take a look at my company, 76 Research. Go to investinmaga.com today if you want to sign up for the free stuff. We have a guide to invest in the electronic economy. Okay, Doge is coming to work. I'm looking at the headlines just crossing right now. Oh my goodness. Donald Trump is throwing a fit. He's telling them to figure this out. He wants them to get rid of all the darn pork that's in the CR we've been talking about. Doge has a lot of work to do. I mean, you think about all the pork that you're looking at just today, here and now. They're also looking at, what, $151 billion that was spent in immigration costs, illegal immigrants in the past year. You know, you're going to clothe them, to give them food, put them up in the hotels. It goes on and on. Well, that's like nearly half what we spent in all of World War I adjusted for inflation. So where do you begin? I sat down with the head of the Policy Council at Americans for Prosperity, Ryan Mulvey, just yesterday actually, and I asked him this exact question. He gives great examples of the nutty, ridiculous stuff that our government is out there doing as we speak. Take a listen. More on how we deal with this massive overload of spending, how Doge deals with it. I'm joined by Ryan Mulvey. He's Policy Counsel for Americans for Prosperity, an attorney who really kind of knows the ins and outs of how bad this really is. And Ryan, I mean, if I'm Vivek, look, I've talked to Vivek about this. He's a really smart guy. He's like, whoa, all systems go in terms of just slash and slash. We know Elon knows how to do that, right? That's exactly what he did over at X. But you've spent a lot of time, a deep dive, looking at the massive sort of bureaucracy that our government is. And I know that you have real concerns about that bureaucracy, specifically when it comes to energy. Walk us through it.
Well, let me say, there is just so much to slash back. And, you know, there's a lot of different fights in this space. One of the things that has been a big barrier to reining in the administration is something called Chevron deference. And this idea
Hang on, say that one more time.
Chevron deference.
Chevron deference. Chevron, the energy company?
Deference. It's named after a case that involved them from 1984. And it's this principle that the Supreme Court came up with 40 years ago. It's gone now, thankfully this last summer. But for 40 years, it was a principle that when you sue a federal agency about the meaning of law, if the law is ambiguous, instead of the court doing its job, as I think our framers and our founders envisioned in the Constitution of telling us what the law is, instead of the court doing that, it's supposed to defer and let the executive branch interpret the law, as long as it's reasonable. And, you know, that in the energy sector, in all sectors where regulation governs our lives, you saw administrative states taking advantage of that idea.
Well, and I'm sure that, you know, I mean, when you think about the Biden administration, you think about the Obama administration, they never got a regulation that they didn't love, especially when it came to energy. So what did they do with that if they suddenly had this new power?
Well, what they did is they took old laws. This tended to be what happened. They would take old laws and try to fit them into new situations and argue that silences and gaps in the law were Congress were left there intentionally by Congress or the agencies, the president, as they saw.
So how did that affect everyday people?
Well,
I mean, obviously, big businesses were affected, but what did that mean?
Oh, for sure. Well, it could mean a lot for everyday people. You know, the Department of Veterans Affairs, for example, in how it deals with benefits for vets, when there were supposed ambiguities in the laws, the VA would come in and rely on Chevron deference in a way that more often than not meant fewer benefits for vets. Vets deprived of medical care or payment of benefits. In the Loper Bright case, I represented some fishermen. We got rid of Chevron deference this past summer.
Okay, what is it? Loper Bright versus Raimondo, which Gina Raimondo, and the viewers know I don't have a lot of use for her. I don't think she's a very intelligent woman, nor is she up on her news curve. She's gotten hit with some really just idiotic, she's just made some idiotic statements over and over again on television. But local pride versus Raimondo, what was that?
So we represented some fishermen from New Jersey, small family businesses. These are not multinational fishing, fleets or anything like that. A couple of boats, a couple of guys go out for and fish area. There was the Department of Commerce came out with a regulation that said you have to take contractors on your boat visual monitors. And guess what? We ran out of money, and we're not going to go to Congress and ask for more. We're just going to make you pay their salary and their travel costs. And I know to the
so they'll wipe out these small fishermen?
I mean, there was the potential.
Profits are thin enough.
Yeah, $700 a day at least, and fishing like hunting, you don't always catch anything. So you come home, guess who still gets paid? The government monitor. And so we represented it, we sued. The government relied and was successful in the lower courts in preventing this regulation because of Chevron. They said the law, Congress never told us we can't do this. Because they never said we can't, we think it's necessary, appropriate, and it's a compliance bust.
So where is it now?
So the Supreme Court took the case. They said, no, you know what? This deference experiment that we've had for 40 years is no longer working. The law says that judges are supposed to be the ones to tell us what the law means. And when you allow the executive branch to step in and do that job, it messes the whole system of government on the separation of
Sure,
powers.
well, it gives an extraordinary amount of power, let's be honest, to the executive branch. Extraordinary.
Absolutely.
So where are we now, and how does this relate to Doge?
Well, okay, so Chevron deference is gone. That's been a huge step. There's a lot more that now needs to be done. Doge and Congress, I think, from administration to Congress are going to need to walk hand in hand to work to administer the state even more.
Okay, so this is like one small example of what could be done, should be done, but there's thousands more.
There's thousands more, and getting rid of deference was important for how the courts operate and how we can challenge government and agencies when they go astray. One thing that the executive branch and President Trump are going to be able to do are to make sure that, first of all, that rules are lawful and constitutional and not overly burdensome the way like this monitoring industry funding requirement was. They can make sure that agencies aren't trying to seek things through as guidance. There's been a phenomenon in the education space, for example, of the Federal Department of Education sending letters out to school districts across the country trying to tell them what the law is. But, that letter is basically a threat. FTC and 8 other agencies do this too with companies. They send a cease and desist letter, dear colleague letter, and try to force their way through some regulatory guidance. So Doge is going to end the president.
It's so important to do this right now. I just think about this really, Ryan, in terms of AI, right? On the one hand, I get it. Like, we want to have certain protections for AI, but simultaneously, like, if we start reining everything in, whether it's tech, whether it's energy, whether it's fishermen, you understand where this goes, and before you know it, you're going to wake up and realize you're France, China, the good old USA, and you're going to be lucky enough to be France. And, they got great food, but that's about it. That place, we don't want to turn into Europe.
No, we don't want to be ruled by bureaucrats who are not politically accountable. That's ultimately these regulators are not. And I think that's the last piece of the puzzle, which is that, the executive branch has work to do. Doge has work to do. President Trump has. Congress, too, needs to be in and legislating more specifically, and our AFP, we have a great coalition there.
AmericansForProsperity.org, by the way, just a quick plug for you guys, because you are grassroots, and I know you're part of that grassroots effort, which is how you found the fishermen to take on Gina Raimondo at Commerce. So I encourage people right now to go check that out, Americans for Prosperity, great grassroots effort. You can join that army with Ryan to get rid of this government waste. It is so important. We have a chance now, Ryan.
We do. I mean, this is a unique opportunity with, unified government, and there's a lot of, between the REINS Act, of getting the Good Act, the Republic Act, checking emergency powers. And Congress has a lot to reassert what its job is under the Constitution in Article 1. I know they're excited to go. We have an executive branch that is excited to go. So it's a very, optimistic time. I think we care about the Constitution, we care about limited government, and economic prosperity. Because if we're all on the same page, I think we're playing for the same movie. We know what needs to be done.
Gotta reignite the dream. Reignite the American dream. Hey, listen, thanks for joining us today. Thanks for explaining all that. And thanks for all the work you guys are doing. I encourage everybody to get involved. Help reignite that American dream together with Ryan and all of our folks over at AFP, AmericansForProsperity.org. Ryan, thank you.
Thanks, Drew.
Great to have Ryan on the show. We did that interview yesterday, and I was looking forward to bringing that to you guys because look, there's a lot that can happen. There's a lot that needs to happen. There's a lot that should be happening, and as I look at the potential, it's hard to sort of reconcile that with where the markets are today. I would say that there was a very, very swift and abrupt and strong reaction to the Fed announcing that they were cutting rates again. And listen, this is the third time this year, right? They love easy money. Now, one of the things that Trump is going to have to balance is also his love of easy money because he loves low interest rates. It's his thing, was simultaneously making sure that we're fighting inflation in the right ways. And he's got a lot of great ideas with Doge, etc. Also with energy to keep all that energy flowing, growing, and absorbing, which is going to help alleviate some of those pain and higher energy prices. That's a good starting place. But if you have $2 million chasing too few goods, then you're still going to wind up in a tricky spot. One thing that's hard and challenging, but he's pretty smart and he has a business background, which most of these jokers just don't. Right? And he's surrounded by people that are really smart, that have business backgrounds. Most people are smart. All the members of the team were really, I think, on board with doing good stuff. So more good things will happen, and expect them to happen. I encourage you to go to 76research.com to get more information about how to invest right now. My company started with a different role. See him there. If you're watching this live, you can see him there alongside me. 76 Research is the company that we founded to try and help guide you through some of this, because there will be opportunities. We need real owners. We will separate that from music right now. So go to investingmagnet.com for free stuff. 76 Research to get the portfolios. Or to sign up for the 76 report, just $1 a month, $100 deal, LLAR. And it's good to have you here. I'm watching Don, who's always telling you.
Hey now.
You like.
Dab time.
Likes, he reads. I love it. Thank you, Don.
Dabba dabba do.
Mike Costa's back with us. I see so many familiar faces and some new ones in here too.
Oh,
It's wonderful to
fuck.
see you all. Just a huge outpouring. We are off and running here on the Trish Weekly Show, and we are just gaining.
Dabba 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 do.
Thanks to you guys for just doing such a tremendous success. Really, I mean that. I'm here. I'm committed, and I love that I have been met with the same kind of commitment from all of you. So thank you for everything you do. Let me know if you have any reactions to today's show. I'll be back here live with you tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell. And we'll make it a date. Tomorrow, I'll be back. We got more
Dabba 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 do.
Discover Luca Faloni's finest knitwear, handcrafted in Italy. Our unique pure cashmere and silk cashmere designs provide exceptional softness, warmth, and breathability. From exclusive cardigans to luxurious sweaters, each piece is designed to elevate your everyday moments with enduring comfort and elegance. Embrace our collection, where Italian craftsmanship meets timeless sophistication.
Hey Ryan, are you doing it again? Are you ready? I think you are. I think that's another gift of membership on the Director's Lounge. Is it enough? I think it is, isn't it? Ryan, thank you so much, okay? We appreciate that. Ryan's a very cool guy. Ryan is a meet and greet veteran. Anyone that has plans to attend the meet and greet? August 24th, 2024. You know, I know a few viewers. They're going to fly all the way from Europe. Yes, Europe. To attend the LA flight to meet and greet. Okay, we're going to have lots of prizes. We're going to have raffle prizes. I want you guys to take pictures of the planes. Okay, the best aviation picture that we see will get a special, unique prize. So I want you guys with your cameras out there. It's going to be a big event, August 24th, 2025. The next meet and greet for LA flights. Arian says 2026. Oh my goodness, so we're not going to see you next year, huh? Arian was at the meet and greet 2024. Oh my goodness, what did I say? Thomas, August 20, what did I say? August 24th, 2025. That's the next meet and greet. The next one.
Alright.
Oh
So,
my goodness, this is
definitely
that's
keep
the next
that.
one, August 24th, 2025. Frank says, I'll try and make the meet and greets in 2025. There you go. Hey, there you go. Look at that plane, by the way. We have Eastern. That's a charter flight. It's going to take off. Wow, I've never seen that one here at LAX. Wow, look at this. Hold on. Look at that. That's a very rare plane. Oh, just imagine it takes off. That's nice. I've never seen that one here. Yeah, that Team Stripes who helped us register the attendees last time around. Yeah, we'll be there in 2025. Celine says, where is the meet and greet going to take place? Okay, so actually we are in, oh my goodness, we're trying to figure out a few cool locations, okay, that's all we're going to mention. But at the very least, okay, it's going to happen at the In-N-Out, across the street from the In-N-Out. In-N-Out Burger, you can search it on Google by typing airplane landing viewpoint LAX. It's a grassy park. We had it a few months ago, August 25th, 2024, across the street from the In-N-Out Burger. But if we have an update on another location that we're trying to work on, we'll update you. But at the very least, it's going to be at the airplane landing viewpoint LAX. August 24th, 2025. Dennis says, I'm going to put it in my calendar. I'll be there again. There you go. Yeah, I'm very excited to see that one, by the way. We have Eastern pushing from Atlantic. Yes, hopefully that one takes off a bit. Lining up. Let's take a look if we have it lining up. Not yet. We have a 747. Holding short of 25 left. We're going to have a 747 takeoff.
Yo! Just got up from nap.
You have the fifth banana plane of the day.
For a small surgery, blood pressure is. So that means no drinking, smoking.
Oh, is it lining up on 251? I think it is, right? Yes, it is. Okay.
I never checked to see if that would fit. What the fuck?
Rubbing his off-roading truck. Good to see you, my friend. 3-year member from LA Flights.
Oh, thank God.
to see the seven for a second.
Hey y'all, it's Steve.
Hobo of wood.
How we look? Are you kidding me?
One. There. Yeah? Oh, I didn't know if you could see it, Mike. So everything's layered. Except the engraving on the main board. Yeah, it did make it pop. Fucking made out of cardboard, and it's kind of heavy, dude. Alright, that's done for tonight. We'll see what she says. And then we'll go from there. a prototype. It's kind of cool. Made it all out of cardboard. Put it together. This is what it's going to look like. Want to change something? Let me know. 2, 4, 5. For real, heavy snow and multiple storms coming. If it's not Ryan Hall, y'all, I don't trust them. Reverse what the Biden administration did. House border security cusses torches Biden Harris as they something. I got a TV where I can, or I got a fire stick where I can control the volume. No more getting up, turn it up and turn it down.
Thank you everyone for being here today. My name is Andy Dixon, of the Congressional District. I'm a co-chair of the House Border Security Caucus. My co-chair, Brian Babbitt from Texas. We're grateful that you're here. As you know, border security is a major issue for the last 4 years, particularly in this last election cycle. And the President has named Tom Homan to serve as the border security czar, and I'm happy, feel confident that he's going to help secure our border.
So let's put all this together, that together. This goes with that. This is the border. And then oh yeah, the main flag. Okay.
Tom Holman wanted me to make sure that the sanctuary city issue is particularly pernicious. And in Arizona,
let's save this. Save the hard work.
Actually, enforcement of the law, and the mayor of Tucson,
personal jobs.
Stand in the way. But the problem is this:
yeah.
When you prevent the arrest of a criminal illegal alien, prevent the safety of the community. So you would otherwise remove that criminal illegal alien, put them on the safety of the jail. They'd be safer.
Okay.
The ICE agents would be safer. The community would be safer. When you don't, you ignore the law. The community is at risk. The actual alien who's committed the crime, who's incarcerated, is at risk as well, and the ICE agents are
delete.
There. The other part of it is too, under the current Biden administration, if an ICE agent goes into a house,
I want to try something.
But they only have a hold or warrant for one. They're only allowed to pick up the one, even though they find that the other are illegally in the country. That will not be the case under the Trump administration. And so it would be antithetical to what the sanctuary cities are trying to accomplish by not cooperating with the border security czar and ICE and other law enforcement trying to enforce our law. Our country is a great country. A lot of people want to come here. And under the Biden regime, literally millions of people have been brought into this country. I'm not going to get into CHMB program right now or CHMB map program. But those two programs in and of themselves have brought in more than 1.5 million people in the last 14 months. And that is going to stop on January 20th. I'm really hopeful that we're going to bring our program under control. I believe we will with this administration. And I'm here now for all of these folks who are here in the ORTUR Security Caucus. I'm going to introduce now my co-chair and turn the time over to him, Mr. Batten, from Texas.
Thank you, Andy. I appreciate it. And for setting this up. All the investigation. I know it is in Texas. I know the investigation in Texas as well. I want to say good morning to everyone. Everything that's asked,
Mars. Woody boy. Woody, 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 oi, oi, oi.
Sanctuary cities. These forgiveness, but I make comments. I want to thank God.
Woody, Woody, Woody. Oi, oi, oi. Cancel. No. Oi, oi, oi. Text messenger. Coaster slate. He done did his first coaster plate. Slate coaster. Here. Come on. You can load. Wow, look at you go, boy. Came out pretty damn good, dude. So do you got to use a higher temp, lower speed, or faster speed, lower temp? Light burn. Stop. Home.
Very eager to work with the Trump administration once again. Very hopeful that we can solve these dire issues and to do so as quickly as we can. And now I'd like to give the floor to a man who has done more than just about anyone else. On day one, the Biden administration announced that the policies that led to a situation that too big.
Grayscale. Let's do 12,000. 20.
They announced that to the world. As a result, you had millions and millions of people come to the border because they knew there's no wall to get over. They don't have to wait in Mexico. They're going to get to go wherever they want.
Stop.
That's exactly what's going to
Picture.
happen in 34 days with President Trump, Tom Holland, and their team take hold. The other thing we got to do is pass again the good legislation we passed a year and a half ago, led by our chairman of the immigration judiciary. We passed that legislation. We'll talk to some of these places to do that. So we're going to pass that again. They will take it on.
6,000 at 40. Yeah, so you got to go fast with low low power. Makes sense. It's pretty much a rock. Oh my God. Yeah. What did I do? At 20. Let's do 10. Or lower the DPI. Let's lower the DPI. 20. Let's do 90. 92.
The games are back. That calls for an emergency pizza.
Back.
State your name. Tiffany Aisha Hinder. I thought that she is the girl. She can change this thing. She had a vision that was. It was just a hope.
I thought, yeah, it's great to have a young person. And she's really energetic. Her song and dance is really catchy. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. And so many other people felt the same way.
And it was something different, something new, something that.
You know, a month ago, I uploaded the Watch This Before You Buy a PC to YouTube. Thank you very much for your interest and for your comments. By the way, I'm reading them all. But in the comments, many people asked me to make the same video for laptops. So I decided to make this video. I will try to give you all the information about laptops in the video. But if you are not computer related, you can take note of what I will tell you. It may seem a bit confusing to you. Then let's get started.
Hello, Carl.
Experience if you try to buy a laptop without knowing about laptops. You got up in the morning.
As far as I know, there's no prep work.
A store employee
Just make sure it's clean.
You said, I need a powerful laptop for work or play. He recommended this laptop model to you. You looked at the laptop in detail. You saw that the graphics card was something with MX. You thought it was a very good card. Then you looked at the processor. When you saw that the processor was i7, you said, okay, this is the laptop I was looking for. You didn't look at the price in other stores because you were too impressed with the laptop. You bought the laptop and then went home and installed the programs and games. But you didn't get the performance you expected. The you still think you're getting the best laptop you can get for this price because you don't know about laptops. Is the processor model of the laptop good? Is the graphics card good? Is the RAM capacity of the laptop enough? You don't have the slightest idea. Actually, you could have bought a better laptop, but you bought a weak laptop model that is not enough for you. It's not just these. Because you didn't do price research from other stores, you bought the laptop for $150 more than its normal price. Welcome to the club of overpayers. So what should you do to avoid joining the overpayers club? Actually, the answer is very simple. You need to have some knowledge about components such as processors, graphics cards, and RAM in laptops. In this video, I will explain the components to you as much as I can, but first we need to agree on a few things. Desktop or laptop. If you have a budget and you plan to buy a computer in this budget, desktop PCs that you can buy for the same price are more powerful than laptops because the engineering work of the components in laptops is more costly than desktops. As a result, laptops cost more than desktops. Therefore, if you do not travel a lot and do not need to move the computer, building a computer is much more advantageous than buying a laptop. I think you understand this. 2. Purpose of using the laptop. You need to decide on the purpose of using the laptop. Let me put it this way. We have several scenarios in front of us. In the first scenario, there are laptops for gamers. If you're going to play games, the most important component is the graphics card. Of course, the processor is also important for you, but you do not need an incredible processor. When we move on to the second scenario, the laptop will be used mostly for performance-requiring tasks, such as 3D modeling, video editing, and rendering. So these laptops will be for rendering. The important component for us in this scenario is the processor. But now you also need a good graphics card for these tasks. But why? We know that while playing games, we can get higher performance according to the performance of the graphics card. But why is the graphics card important in rendering? Let me explain it to you this way. Until a few years ago, render engines were able to render mostly using the cores in the processor. But now render engines use the cores of the graphics card instead of the processor cores. Although this is a newer technology, especially in the 3D rendering industry, many of the render engines can now render with the graphics card. In addition, rendering using the graphics card takes much less time than rendering using the processor. That's why I find the graphics card as important as the processor in this scenario. By the way, let me give you another important information. For this scenario, you need to choose a laptop with NVIDIA graphics card, because the cores called CUDA in NVIDIA graphics cards are very performant in rendering. You may be a little confused by this point, but don't worry, you will understand it all. Let me also say this. In this first and second scenario, they both have the disadvantage of short battery life due to the high power consumption. Therefore, in these two scenarios, we use the laptop mostly plugged in. In the third scenario, there are laptops that will not be used for gaming and rendering, less power and long battery life to be used in the office. You have to choose a scenario that matches your purpose. You have 5 seconds.
Streaming.
Now let these 3 scenarios stay here, and we will come back to them. Let's take a look at some components. 1. Processor. If you looked at the laptop models, you may have seen names such as i5, i7, Ryzen 5, and Ryzen 7 in the title. These are the processor models found in laptops. Ryzen processors are produced by AMD. The processors on the other side are produced by Intel. The performance hierarchy in Intel processors is as follows. i3 includes entry-level, i5 mid-range, and i7 and i9 high-end processors. The same hierarchy exists in AMD's Ryzen processors. We understand this info, but I see some numbers and letters next to the processor. What do they mean? For example, let's take the processor in this laptop as an example and examine it. Now we look at the 4th and 5th digits from the right. These numbers will show us the generation of the processor. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As you can see, the 4th and 5th digits show the number 11. So this processor is an 11th generation i7 processor. So, does the performance increase as the processor generation increases? Actually, that's not exactly the case. But of course, there are newer technologies due to the later release in a newer generation processor. We understood the processor and generation. Let's continue to examine the processor. Now listen carefully to what I have to say. This is very important here. As you can
Cool
see,
picture there.
The letter B
You can actually see that picture?
At the end of the processors, you will see things like H, G1, G7, Y, and U. These are very important for you to choose the laptop you will buy. Processors with the letter U at the end are processors designed for low power consumption. These processors are not very performant. They provide long battery life. This allows us to use these laptops for a long time without being connected to the charger. So if you see the letter U on the processor of a laptop, know that that laptop is designed for low power consumption. Let's move on to the letter Y. Processors with the letter Y consume even less power than processors with the letter U, so they are ultra low power consumption. The letters G1 and G7 graphics card in the laptop.
Woody, oi.
The processor with the G7 is more powerful than the processor with the G1. Of course, the processors I have shown so far are not very powerful processors. We can't get a very good performance. If we are doing things that require performance, such as playing games, 3D modeling, and rendering, we need to choose processors with the letter H at the end. Now let's put these processors in the scenarios I just showed. This is the current state of the table right now. If you remember, I just told you that the processor is very important for rendering. So how can I compare laptop processors according to their rendering performance? First of all, I go to Google and type Laptops Reviewer Cinebench R23 in the search box and search. I go to the site laptopsreviewer.com. After scrolling down a bit, I click on this option, and in front of me are the laptop processors lined up. The rendering performance of these processors decreases from top to bottom. Let me explain in a way you can understand better. For example, a laptop with a 12900HK processor gives better rendering performance than another laptop with a 6800H processor. You can take advantage of this list of processors when choosing a laptop that fits your budget. Let me even tell you how to choose the laptop. Let's choose a processor here as an example. I choose the 12900H processor. I am searching for a 12900H laptop on Google. It lists laptops with 12900H processors for me. I check laptops, but these laptops are out of my budget. I go back to the list and select another processor
not gonna
at the
focus.
bottom of the list. I do the same
Not gonna
search for this
focus,
processor.
Daniel, son.
These laptops fit my budget. So the best laptop processor I can buy at this price for rendering is 12700H. But there are two different laptop models that fit my budget. So which one will I choose? Here you need to choose the graphics card. Two graphics cards. First of all,
Oi. Oi.
Two most preferred manufacturers for graphics cards. One is AMD, the other is NVIDIA. If the graphics card has RTX, GTX Quadro in its name, this card is produced by NVIDIA. If the card has RX in its name, this card is produced by AMD. RTX series cards developed by NVIDIA are known for technologies such as ray tracing and DLSS. Ray tracing is a technology for creating realistic images that calculates reflections in the image. If you are interested in this technology and you say it is indispensable for me, what would I do without this technology? You have to choose laptops with NVIDIA RTX cards, because this ray tracing technology does not work very well on AMD cards at the moment. It even works pretty badly. On the other hand, if you are interested in rendering, you still have to choose a laptop with an NVIDIA card, because if you remember, I just told you that the cores called CUDA in NVIDIA cards are very performant in rendering. Therefore, it will be much better for you to choose NVIDIA cards. So how do we compare graphics cards? How can I know which card is more performant? First of all, know this. In a video card series, the higher number of video cards is more powerful than the other. For example, 3080 is better than 3070, and 3060 is better than 3050. So there is no list of it? Of course there is. I typed laptop GPU benchmark list in the search box and searched. I clicked on the site laptopmedia.com. When I scrolled down, I saw a list of graphics cards. The performance of the graphics cards here decreases from top to bottom. If you have noticed, there is the letter W next to the graphics cards. This tells us the maximum wattage consumed by the graphics card. Of the same two graphics cards, the model with higher wattage is more performant and consumes more power than the other. As you can understand from here, not only the model of the graphics cards is important, the watt values consumed are also important. You can find out this consumed watt value from the specifications of the laptop. Now let's go back to the render laptop. If you remember, we were undecided between the two models. As you can see here, one has an RTX 3050 Ti and one has an RTX 3060 graphics card. The laptop with the RTX 3060 inside is more powerful. I choose the laptop with RTX 3060 and add it to the render category in the table. We chose our render laptop. Now let's move on to the gaming laptop category. As I said before, our first priority in a gaming laptop is the graphics card, not the processor. So I go back to the graphics card list, and here I choose a graphics card from the top of the list. For example, we can look at the price of laptops with 3070 Ti graphics cards. I found a model that I can afford, and I'm adding it to the game category. By the way, you can play games on the laptop we chose for rendering. You can also render on the laptop we chose for the game. In other words, there is no rule that rendering is not possible on a gaming laptop. It's just a matter of preference. For whatever purpose you will use the laptop, you can choose it. Well, I understood everything so far, but other components like RAM, SSD, and laptop screen are not important, of course. They are important, but because the options are more limited, and it is easier to choose, I want to tell them all together quickly. 3. RAM. For today's games and programs, you have to buy a laptop with at least 16 gigabyte RAM. I even think that after a few years, even 16 gigabyte RAM will be insufficient. Even now, I can get insufficient RAM errors in my detailed After Effects works. Therefore, the laptop you will buy must have at least 16 gigabyte RAM. It is true that you do not need high-capacity RAM in games, but when it comes to rendering, even 16 gigabyte RAM can be insufficient. But 16 gigabyte RAM is enough for entry level. 4. SSD. My advice to you is to buy a laptop with at least 512 gigabyte SSD. The size of today's games and programs has increased a lot, so buying less than 512 gigabyte SSD may be the wrong choice. Over time, you may have to delete something to free up disk space. 5. Laptop screen. If you're going to play games with a laptop, it will be much better for you to buy a laptop with a high screen refresh rate, because playing on a screen with a high screen refresh rate, especially while playing competitive games, increases your performance in the game. For this reason, I recommend you to buy a laptop with at least 144 Hz screen for gaming. But if you're not gaming and need more accurate colors, you need a screen with high color accuracy. There are standards such as NTSC and sRGB that have been developed to determine this color accuracy. If you look at the detailed technical specifications of the laptop you will buy, you will see the percentage values of these standards. This means that this screen can display 72% of the NTSC color gamut. The higher this percentage value, the more saturated and accurate the colors are. Therefore, you need to choose a laptop with high color accuracy. Of course, it is hard to find all these features together, but if you have a budget, you can solve this problem by buying an external reference monitor. Now let's move on to the laptop in third scenario. I have already explained the processors in this scenario. In such laptops, there are special series of known brands. For example, MSI's Summit series, Huawei's MateBook series, Lenovo's ThinkPad series, Asus's ZenBook series can be given as examples. You can look at the laptops and
into the fun stuff. I'm gonna uninstall all these because I had to before I forget.
We're going to show you how to make any office PC into a gaming PC.
We're going to do so with the Intel Arc E310, which is a budget single-slot graphics card that we're very excited about. And today we're going to put together a gaming PC to show you how awesome it is for the price.
Tier 3, the suspects in front of the Tier store banging on the door with a gun. Tier has no suspect description.
Wait, don't. That's 2801.
Call back. I know.
This box is an anywhere laptop so massive it comes with its own gravitational field. And in today's video, we're going to tear it open to have a look at some sides. Oh, and then we're going to game. This box is an anywhere laptop.
First time I saw smoke,
Yeah.
I thought it was a trick of the light.
Stop playing with your wood, DJ.
But it's no trick. It's what happens when someone is kind or compassionate.
Not making any money.
And apparently, I'm the only person in my family who can see it. Or who knows about it.
I've been working since I got home.
Our spark is supposed to help people. A world called Evergreen Hills.
Hello, Sam.
Morning, timekeeper.
This box
10 to 6.
so massive it comes with its own.
Gonna have to start leaving for scouts soon.
Tear it open to have a look at some sides. Oh, and then we're going to game.
Just gonna be wrapped.
Pumps out 16.9 amps. Clearly, the mothership is hungry for power. This machine is the Alienware M18X. In combination with its mild depth and 18.4-inch display, dwarfs on all sides by bezel. It makes a 15.6-inch laptop look like a toy for babies. And a lot more practical. I mean, surely a PC built into this.
All-in-one IT solution. Yeah. Yeah. I sold 2 RGB. Those are $200. C3PO! Whoa! 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 Oh! 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 Oh, I don't know if there's anything special with scouts tonight. Email. Check your email. Movie night. Movie night. Movie night. Bring something. Put on the table, snacks or drinks. Time to be the asshole dad. Time to be asshole dad.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Drinking my hot chocolate.
Why?
Because I want to drink hot chocolate. And no, Dylan, it's bad.
Well, tonight is scout night. You've got 5 minutes to get dressed. It is movie night. We have to stop at the store and get snacks or something. Did you hear me?
Yes. I forgot. Can we bring a blanket and a stuffy?
Yes.
Isn't like mom coming home with groceries?
PJs, or whatever you want to wear, blanket, whatever.
Well, today's pajama day.
It's movie night.
Alright, I'll go get changed.
Hurry up!
Dylan's getting changed. You have 5 minutes, Dad said.
You got 4 minutes now.
4 minutes now, Dad said.
You stay on the phone with me, you're gonna lose all your time. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Call me when you guys are ready. I don't want you to walk through the mud.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
And that's how you be an asshole dad. Yeah. I'm not an awesome dad. I want to chain them up to trees. Oh, Az, good day. Good day, Az. Oi, oi, oi. Go to hell. Oi, oi, oi! To waste your 4 minutes in space. You goddamn right. I'm allowed to. Kids are like, he meant 14 minutes. Yeah, right. Yeah, alright, see, she 3P. Oh, I gotta take this phone, cigarettes. Somebody's gonna go live while I'm at fucking Scouts. Right? I'm gonna be bored as fuck. God, I swear to God. Hello?
We're ready, and also you're gonna also have to wait for Mom to be done unpacking all the food because she's gonna, if she moves her car now, she's gonna be late for work.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Alright, people, I gotta go. Have fun. Stay warm. Mars said he's going live, so be on the watch. Alright, later, people. Yes.